Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Lord Dragonite, and today we are going to be doing some texturing of the natural tunnel, which is this. I'm going to try to make it look a little more realistic. Now, to do that, I want to... Well, it's already been shaped, so I'm going to leave it how it is. You know, it's got some bulges in there, some stones, but this is going to look really good. Now, I need to make up some gray because what I want to do is make it look a little more darker than it is. You know, the looks of water running over it and stuff. I'm going to take some brown, take a little black and make it darker. Of course, I'm out of black again. Oh no, lots of black. Okay, and no, I want a smaller brush. Oh, this brush will work. And just use any kind of brush you got, doesn't matter. Well, actually it does matter. You want a smaller brush, that size. Just sort of mix in your brown and black lightly. Just kind of get as much off the brush, and you just want to go easy at it. I'm sorry folks, there's not much light in here. But you just want to go along the edge a little bit. Get that first layer on there. You don't need to really force it in. Just lightly. Just do a light brush over top of everything. This is going to eventually lighten up as the tunnel takes shape. Since this is a bigger area, I'm going to use a bigger brush. And I'll just gradually go lighter as you go. Okay, now we need to make this look more rock, so we need a bit of a, oh, that's too much. Yeah, that's way too much, okay. And see how it's coming to shape. Now let's just brush it back. I kind of wanted to let that dry for a little bit. And then, now I'm going to make the next color. Bit of a darker, more grayish color. Let's put that down the bottom there. You can see it's starting to take shape. Now you're going to want to do this several times until you get the texture you want. This is going to take quite a while. Don't forget to get inside, because that's where the most action's going to be. Oh, there's a little bit of brown. Get a little brown. Make it kind of a okay, some red. I don't know where that is. Add a little red in with this. Kind of go up along the edges here a little bit to add that reddish tinge to it. That's going to be our next color. Now, I'm going to let all this dry, and I'm going to go get something to eat. Alright, I think this is dry enough to take a break from it, let it dry up a little more. And now we're going to make a kind of a more of a brown with a red tinge to it. And just lightly place it randomly. Give the rock some texture. And the colors are going to change over time, so I want it to look. Don't need a whole lot of paint, just enough to spread it out, just spread all over the place. You can see it's starting to take shape. This takes the longest amount of time to do. It's going to make a little bit more of a darker brown color. Paintbrush a little bit wet, a little bit of water, and you just kind of let the water run down it. I'll go into all the cracks and blend the colors a little more. It won't ruin the ones that are already dried on. You just basically do that real quick. And you can see it's kind of in shape, and then you want to wipe most of it off. I got cables all over the floor here, and just dab it. This will take it off. Like so. There we go. Now, mix up some more black and colors, and then just go over everything again. Now, need to make it look more of a grayish color too, so we gotta bring out some gray. What I'm doing is just putting a little bit of water on it, letting it run down on the high spots, so that way it will make a natural water flow. That adds effect. Nope. Get some more cloth and damp up all the excess. Almost done with this. Alright, now I gotta wait for this layer to dry. Alright, now that the paint is dried a little bit more, had to wait until it fully dried. This is quite a long process. It's a ridiculously long process. Very, very long process. Anyway, put that over there. Where's my red? I think I'll use some brown. Now, I'm using way too much paint here. I should only be using a little bit, but, you know, model trains and stuff. Now let's get another paintbrush out here. Let's put that one back in there. And let's kind of make kind of like a, I want a copper color. So we'll need to add some orange in with the mixture. There we go. Get a bit of a copper color. See, something like that. That's what we're going for. Copper color. And just dab it gently all around the tunnel. And as you can see, it gives it a little bit of a nice orange. Gives it a little color. Don't need too much of this. It's just very little. Just kind of dab it in there nicely. Give it a copper rusty look. Almost like an iron ore color. Then do the same with another. Tone it down a little. Just sort of gently brush it on. Just like that. Now, dry brush. One of these sponge brushes work great. Many different things. And just kind of spread it out a little bit like this. And it will work itself into the textures and all that on its own. It gives you a nice little kind of glowy tinge to it. Now I want to take a wet brush. Go over everything. That nice and that'll some more to the scenic. You can see it's starting to highlight a little bit. I'll let that dry. And then the next step is just basically very simple. You kind of keep going until you get it to the color you want it. And eventually you'll have it look like a kind of a nice little tunnel. Now, I'm going to take the brown and the stuff and mix it right in good with more little black. Get that grayish tinge going. Got that color. Then just lightly go over everything. Nice and light. And we have a very distinct color scheme going here. Now, this looks good. This looks pretty natural. I like how this turned out. Get a little bit. Got a little orange mixed in there. Got a little color. It looks great. Next thing to do, I'm going to do, now that I've got that to how I want it to look, is I'm going to be texturing all around here, but that will be another video. And that's it for this video, folks. So I hope you enjoyed this part. And until next time, I'm Lord Dragon Eye. Be well, folks.